Wednesday, time for our weekly trip to the New Zoo.
And Neil Anderson joins us again live from Suamico. Good morning, Neil.
Hey, good morning. And we're out here with the lynx. You can see we've got a pair of lynx. They came in, in 2009, and they're going to be part of a breeding program. So they're real important not only to the zoo, but to the overall population. But, you know, one of the things I wanted to talk about in this segment is, you know, we talk about one of the most interesting ecosystems in the world is the boreal forest. And you know, when you look up in Canada, especially up in Canada, those forests, you know, there's a real neat population dynamic that works out between two animals. And the two animals that we're talking about is, we have one here is the Canada lynx, and the other is the snowshoe hare. These two are directly linked together. And what's interesting is they follow a 10-year cycle. Now, nobody really knows why the snowshoe hare cycle, you know, in the population end of it, ramps up to almost 10 years and drops right off. But the population of lynx follows that really closely. And with that, their diet is probably about 90% of it is snowshoe hare, sometimes some red squirrels. But with both these populations, it's interesting because there's really three zones in Canada, and they all synchronize in the 10-year cycle with the snowshoe hare. So it'd be like you drop, you know, like a stone in the water, and you'd see the ripple effect. That's kind of how that works. Now, when would you see lynx in Wisconsin? And most likely the chance that you would see them is when the snowshoe hare population is really low. They may disperse a little bit, and then you might see them into the northern part of Wisconsin and also into Minnesota. But these populations are tied to a 10-year cycle. And what's interesting too is that, you know, there's been studies done with snowshoe hares, and what they kind of think is that once you get up to close to about 10 years and the population kind of has exploded, and the presence of lynx and other predators like coyotes are there, what happens is the snowshoe hare becomes stressed, and at that particular point, the population, they don't produce the litters that they actually have in the past, and then that cycle all starts, and then of course that ripple effect happens with the Canada lynx as well. Now you can see our two lynx, they're cruising around. I want to show you right over here. You see the one little female over here? This is Lucy, and you can see there's a red, we've got a red enrichment toy up there. And what will happen too is the keepers will go, and you see how quick they can climb a tree too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But you know, they'll go and put scents in here, do different things, you know, to go ahead and enrich them. But one of the things that we did with this exhibit is say we wanted it to really feel like you're up in northern Canada, and give them an opportunity to, you're right, be able to go ahead and spend some time up in the trees here. So if you're out at this exhibit, you know, you don't see them underneath it because they're going to blend in. Take a look up in the trees too, because these guys love, and you see how quick. Isn't that cool?
It's a good demo for us this morning.
Absolutely.
That was perfect timing. Thanks, Neil.
Hey, sounds good.